Okay, so this is the Cattleya Aclandiae that I ordered from Gold Country Orchids. It came in a net pot and I have very carefully extracted most of it. There are a few pieces of bark that are quite welded to the roots, and rather than damage the roots even more, I've decided to leave it on. Most of the roots came off intact. As you can see, here's some spots where I picked the bark off, and I have, right, this red part, one part where I broke off a growing tip. So in hopes of keeping most of the root structure intact, I'm just going to leave that bark. So I got this because my current Aclandiae, I think number 3, and this will make this number 4, is dead or dying, and so this is my replacement. I got a little note from Alan Koch, or Koch, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his last name, saying that Aclandiae was a twig epiphyte, and so that goes well with what I'm planning to do, which is I'm going to mount this because Bill Rogerson, who's great at growing Aclandiae, says that they do best mounted. I have here a clay container. It's porous, and you can buy these commercially. They're called cool logs, and the idea is you mount the plant on the outside of the clay, and then you could put water on the inside and it will keep it wet. This is not a commercial cool log. This object, I'm not quite sure what we should call it since it's possible that cool log is trademarked, is made by a member of the Illinois Orchid Society. She's a potter, and she made 2 and sold them at our fall show, and I bought both of them because I have wanted to try to mount an orchid with a reservoir for a long time, and in fact a few years ago I asked her to make one of these for me, and at the time she wasn't ready to do it, so I snatched these right up when I saw them available for sale. Okay, so I need 2 hands to do the mounting here, so we'll see how well this works. Hopefully the cats won't get involved today. So the hardest part now is deciding which direction to mount it. Should I mount it like this with the orchid jutting off, but then the roots won't be touching the clay? Hi, Cupid. At least you're not going to eat this, right? Or should I mount it on the side, and then I can try to wrap the roots along the clay? I think I'm going to go with wrapping it along the side. So let me see if I can get this set up. I'm going to use fishing line and some moss until this gets established to mount it so that you can get plenty of water. Hi, Jeannie. Yeah, Jeannie, I don't need you. Can anybody see anything except cat legs? My cool log's got 2 holes on it, so I can put a hanger through it. So I want to put it on the flat side here so that it is presented to the front. I put the hanger in it. Looks pretty good. It's a little bit to the bottom. Alright. So let's give it a little patting of moss right here. So this is long grain New Zealand moss. I'm actually going to mount it just like if I was mounting on wood, so I like to put moss down first. Put the orchid with all of the remaining bark on top. It'll establish itself. Don't you think, Jeannie? Let's make sure it looks nice. No good to do this if the whole thing looks horrible. And I have fishing line to attach everything with. I have to say, I was watching Tom Perlite mount some of his seedlings on it. He was so fast. He made it look so easy. Not really tying it on, I just want to pull it tight so I can whip it around a whole bunch of times. Scissors. Cut it. Find my end, which is now lost, and tie it tight. My end. I'm just going to tie it now. Tying, tying, tying. Probably somebody could do a better job and not tie it in front. They'll tell that I will just trim off those little bits to hide them. And there it is. It's mounted. And hopefully it will establish itself and not die before then. So there we go. Mounted. Now I just put some water in it and we'll see how it grows.